I think everything's working. Perpetually unsure, Graham. I think we're live. I think I've got everything straight in the camera. That's better. Let's hide the mic. There we go, that's better. Whee. I have to reorganize my runners because I think they're all in the wrong order again. Isn't useful. A runner. Also a runner. B. C. E and also E. I'm not entirely sure where I need that second E run for, but oh well. There we go. I think I've lost a sticker sheet. Oh, no. There it is. Okay, so we're going to start on the arms for this boy today. So last time we got the waist unit, the torso all done. I don't know why my camera's at such a weird angle today. That's odd. I'm really pleased with how it's coming together. Obviously, off stream, I put the stand together, and I find it easier just to have it sat on the stand like that while I'm building the rest of it. Eventually I'll work out what pose I'm going to put it in and where I'm going to put it, but I really like how it's coming together. It's going to look cool when it's done. But for now, we're going to start working on the arms. If we manage to get them done today. We'll get the head done as well, and then it's just gonna be the backpack left to do, and the weapons. Yeah. I think. Hey, Brigadier Bacon, how you doing? I'm going to find some WD-40 real quick, because that's making a horrid noise. Doing good enough, that's good. Well, I mean, it'd be better if you were doing more than good enough, I guess. Ugh, that was probably far too much. Well, I'm not going to have to sit and wait for this to dry before I use them, so... It's 4 AM, so it's not bad, but it's not the best to be up right now. Why are you up, my guy? I mean, good morning. I'm glad I can be here so you got something to watch, at least. Oh, that's a lot better. Okay. Now let's just wipe off the excess. I always forget that when I do these morning streams, it's like ridiculously early for America. Ah, that's so much better. There is no noise coming from them at all whatsoever now. Morning, Camouflage, how you doing? I don't have a normal sleep schedule. My work has just has to be done by the end of the day so I can start working on it at 12. So I'm mostly on my own schedule. That's fair. I know of a few people that do that kind of have their own... Is it a circadian rhythm? Is that the word I mean? Where you have like your own day-night cycle that you stick to. What are we doing? Shoulder G and D. D1 and G. Something like that. Yeah. So there's a there was a guy that used to work at. I've probably spoken about Rooster Teeth while you guys have been around before. There's a guy that used to work there called Monty, who sadly passed away. Who had his own. He had like a 4-day weeks, so he'd stay up for 36 hours, then sleep for 12. So his day was 2 days long. And that always, when I was younger, that completely baffled me. But equally, I sometimes feel a lot more productive at 2 in the morning than I do during the day. But yeah. Natural internal process that regulates sleep-wake cycle and repeats roughly every 24 hours. Yeah. But then you get people who diverge from the norm. Where's my file? You were up for 26 hours yesterday. Why? That's why you're awake now. That's fair. I'm guessing it's also sort of like 3 in the morning for you. Start a new job soon. Start work at 4 AM. Damn. What is it you're going to be doing, if you don't mind me asking? Used to work graveyard shift at one point. It brought me so close to death. Never again. Yeah. in my, not my previous job, but the one before, I used to work. So it was a shop. I was an assistant manager in a shop, but it wasn't a great place to work, and I was regularly there overnight to get jobs finished that needed to be done, but there wasn't time to do during the day. So I got used to working. It was like 1 day a week, pretty much every Tuesday. I'd end up being at work, and I'd have to sleep in the office because I'd get to a point of exhaustion. So I'd be there from 5 in the morning till about midnight, and then sleep for a couple of hours, and then go home. Then go home at like 6 in the morning. It's not fun. Start 'cause 4 a.m. till 9 a.m. Well, that's. I mean, starting at 4 a.m. isn't fun, but that's fair. G1. That one there. I keep putting things down and not remembering where I put them. I need to get better at organising my desk whilst I'm building. Okay, G1 goes that way round. It goes in there. It's got panel lines on the inside of the shoulder. Really? I think I'm going to pick up one of the Gundam marker 4 type pens at some point soon to give that a try. I think I'm very set in my ways with these ones. I think trying something different might be a good idea. So this is the fine tip one. But you can get the ones which are the ones that you press down and it pours the ink out. So it's similar. It's the most similar in a pen to the bottles of the actual ink. I'm kind of scared by the bottles of the actual ink because I've heard that they can have like a negative effect on the surface of the plastic if you're doing it unvarnished. No, so not the... I've got a set of them, but you can get ones which are like them, but in black, and they're just for panel lining. So they're like a more fine tip, but still the pressure release ink. I saw a review of them the other day. I can't remember what they're... I can't remember who it was that reviewed them. But it's one where it relies on the capillary action rather than tracing through the lines. That makes it a lot quicker. It would have saved me so much time on the perfect grade. But they are a bit more expensive. I think these ones were about £4 each. Those ones are £9-ish. I think they're worth giving a try. Let's have a look. Yes, I can't actually see, the image isn't loading for me, but yeah, that one. Evidently, the places I've been looking are charging England tax on top of that to make it more expensive, which is poopy, but eh. It is what it is. So you've not used ones like that before then? They're apparently as far as the actual markers go, the better option than these ones. Trying to make it a lot better. Oh, I say better, a lot quicker and a lot more kind of accurate for the lining. I'm willing to give it a shot. I've got a few kits in my backlog that I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely fussed if I manage to like cock up some of the panel lining. Even then, I can just take it off and do it again. It's not really the end of the world. Okay, there is a shoulder. Let's start the right arm. We need B8. I've used the one that you have now and the non-panel line markers. Yeah, I don't know what I did with mine of them. I bought so when I first started, I bought a set of them. They're in one of these bookcases somewhere. But I bought them assuming that they were just different coloured fine liners, so that I could do different coloured panel lining. I didn't realise that they were actually designed for colouring portions of the kit. But I was very new to it at that point, and I think the person that I'd spoken to at the convention I was at kind of made me spend more money than I probably should have for someone who was new. In fairness, he didn't sell me anything I didn't want to buy. It's just, I don't think someone who's brand new to it necessarily needed the full set of coloured markers, as well as a panel lining marker and a kit. But I'm pretty sure I got 2 packs of Gundam markers around somewhere. I went and bought some Micron pens to do that. Gun Primer also has some multicoloured liners. Paint clogs them though, so it was useless to me. Yeah, I've never used them. They're around somewhere. They're either somewhere on my desk or in this bookcase somewhere, but I don't know where. The only thing that I've kind of been tempted to use them for is fixing mistakes I've made sort of in some of my older kits for when I was doing nub mark removal with a metal file rather than a glass file, because there's some nasty stress marks that I've got on some of my older kits. They're quite well hidden, but I know they're there, and I hate that I know they're there. Okay, so I've already taken D out. I need to take E out. Paint always reacted to the metallic red Micron pens I used for panel lining and made it dry gold. Oh, fair. See, I want to get some of the liquid chrome marker, or a liquid chrome marker, so I can start replacing the metal. So like on the so on most of the real greys, and pick up the one that doesn't have it, they have the metal stickers that go on the back of the joints to make it look like they're chromed joints. I want to do that without having to use the sticker. Morning, Tom. How are you doing, man? Got a marker X-plated silver. Is basically a Molotov chrome marker. Yeah, see that Molotov chrome marker, they're not that expensive in the UK. So I might just, because they're on Amazon Prime as well, so I might just pick one of them up. Yeah, £6. It's not awful. And I can get it delivered. I mean, I can get one delivered tomorrow. I'm good now that I've had a sausage bun and coffee. Hell yeah! I mean, I'm getting there. Howdy, pancake lover. How you doing? You're logged into the wrong account. Oh no. It's 25 here for the Molotov. Yeah. So there is. I can't show you my Amazon page because it's got my address on it and everything, but you can get the Molotov Liquid Chrome Pack, 3 markers and a 30ml refill for £37.99. Or a single Chrome Pump marker pen with a 2mm nib for £6.29. So like, it's reasonable here, which is shocking. Because normally everything's unreasonable here. Oh, it's Rach. How you doing, Rach? Why are you logged into the wrong account for, you goober? You goofy goober. I'm doing alright, Rach. I'm gradually waking up. Gradually waking up and building an arm. I should probably have woken up before I started building the arm, but still. That does that. Does that. That does that. And that does that. And that does one of them, I think. And that does one of them. I love these arms. I know a lot of people don't like these pre-molded bits, but I find it fascinating. Oh, I missed a step. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm a dum-dum. I'm a stupid idiot. I'm a dum-dum head. I entirely forgot to put the colour bits on the shoulder. I'm on my phone. I don't remember the password. Rip. But yeah, slowly waking up and ready to yeet back up north. I appreciate, Rach, that we are on opposite ends of the hall, both watching the stream. Hell yeah. D114 and D115. Oh man, these nippers cut a lot better when they're not, like, rusted shut. Password 123. Tom, don't put your password in chat. How are you doing this morning, Hazel? Hope you're doing well, even if it is your last day of holiday. Might have to get that Molotov bundle. It's on Amazon Canada. Also, way better deal. Yeah, yeah. Like I know that when. So I think it was Neon that first told me about it, and he was saying that he was like, yeah, it's quite expensive. They're quite expensive markers, but they're totally worth the price. And I was like, oh, okay. And I looked it up on Amazon and I was like, this shit ain't expensive. So I guess it's just an American thing that makes it expensive. So, I mean, you could theoretically buy it from the UK Amazon and ship it. Shipping would probably cost a bit, but yeah, I think that's going to be my next purchase. Normal paint store wants $20 a marker plus tax, or I can get 3 on Amazon for $35. Damn. Yeah. Sometimes, as somebody who manages and runs like a small local like specialty hobby store, I hate buying things like that on Amazon. But as somebody who's actually a consumer of the products, the markup in stores is just, I mean, it's unavoidable for the stores most of the time, but it makes it very difficult not just to go to Amazon for those things. Yeah, I need to find somewhere that has that the pour type marker in stock in the UK so that I can order one. So I was looking through the UK Amazon and I couldn't find any, but I wasn't looking particularly hard, so I could have missed it. I'd love to try that on my next kit. Oh, Cammy, did you see the new P Bandai Shinmusha? Not interested, it's just a recolor of some new decals. Fair. See, I've not built the previous Shinmusha, and I love the design of it, and I kind of prefer that color scheme to the original. So I want to get hold of one. My normal place is unable to get one though, which is kind of sucky. Or they're unable to get one now. They're unable to pre-order them. The wall pattern is cool, yeah. I just really like the kind of chromed out red piping. I think that looks hella cool. I need to find somewhere to display them all. I want to replace this bookcase with a glass cabinet, because at the moment all of the rest of my Gundam are just kind of like up there. I don't know, because I'm just like, I can paint it better. Yeah, but that's because you have talent and skill, my guy. Some of us are out here just being like straight build scrub lords. The most customizing I do is panel lines. And that's debatable as to whether that's customization, to be honest. That's picking out detail that's already there. Okay. And these win. There? Really? The top just gets left naked? Odd. You need to put flames on them for more for some added customization. Or like actual fire? Or do you mean paint flames on them? I panel line with Molotov Chrome sometimes because I'm a rebel. That sounds pretty sick. Snap build is cut and sticker, straight build is clean up and detailing. Yeah. See, I don't even top coat. I'm a loser. Yeah, I need to get more into the customization side of things. The F15, F16. Where's F? That's G. There's F. Oh, something in my eye. I mean, both would be cool. What you mean, draw fire or paint fire on it and then set fire to it? I'm doing Rao's Bugu right now. I'm putting chrome in the detailing just because it's solid with the blue. Nice. Matte top coat makes any kit look painted. It does. I've seen the effect. I am worried about using the top coat that I have previously used, because I've had it have bad effects with kits before. Like so this was back when I used to paint Warhammer. I used to top coat pretty much all of my builds, but where humidity in the UK is a problem, and controlling it is not easy. Quite a lot of time I ended up with that Oh no! That part snapped. You've got a sheared part, lads. Okay. Only get the plastic cement. Back in a second. Which brand? Was it a hand brush or a can? It was a rattle can. It was a Games Workshop brand one. It was called soft purity seal. So it was like a matte. It was a matte effect. Well, I mean, it was a matte top coat. Okay. I haven't had to use this stuff in a very, very long time. And you could tell that by the fact that the glue's hardened around the outside. Forgot how much this stuff absolutely stinks. Can you get Mr. Hobby or Tamiya rattles? Tamiya I possibly could. Tamiya is more available here than a lot of other brands. The Mr. Hobby, I'm not sure, because I know that Mr. Hobby... There's some weirdness with Mr. Hobby over here. Come on. I just need a tiny little bit. Just like that. This is with my really wobbly hands. Don't help me. I have to sit and hold this till it cures. Rather than maybe, I think one of the small cans does like 3 or 4 high grades. Okay. I'm gonna have to make it down to my local hobby craft. Okay, that's on straight. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to hold this until it dries. When it's dried enough that I can put it down, I'll just cut the other one of this part out and put this to the side so it can cure fully before I use it. I'd give you my rattles I don't use, but aerosol and planes don't make it. Yeah, you're right. And that's the thing as well, I've got a couple of small kits that I can test it on to make sure that it doesn't fuck anything up before I do it on one of the big ones. Like I've got a high grade for my Blooded Orphans, the big green boy, I can't remember what it's called. And I've got like my SD Unicorn. So I can test it on those. So when you top coat, do you take everything apart down to like arms and legs being separate and then top coat them and then bend them all and then top coat into the joints as well? Or do you just kind of top coat over the fully assembled kit? Because I know that people do both. As in, I know of people that just kind of have the kit assembled and top coat it in a T-pose to get best coverage. Depends how lazy I am. That is entirely fair. Because I want to top coat my MGEX Unicorn. But taking that apart limb by limb is not feasible because of the internal wiring. And I don't really fancy taking all of the individual panels back off. Normally you do limbs bent. Okay. Yeah, can I put you down now? I think I can. So I'll leave that to set properly. I'll get the F runner back out. That's weird. I've never had a part do that before. It just literally, there was no stress on it. It just snapped. Very peculiar. I haven't had many issues having it poses as on an action turning yours. Okay. Yeah, so what I think I would feasibly do is T-pose, do one layer of top coat, and then bend the joints and do another layer of the top coat. Because I know a lot of people do multiple layers of it anyway, but doing it that way means that there's at least a layer in both the inside and outside of all the joints. I wonder what top coating a clear kit would look like. Tight coat first layer, then bend joint, do a medium wet layer. Yeah. So you say that the Tamiya one is kind of like an all right one to go for. So in my local hobbycraft, they sell, obviously Tamiya is like the ones that are recommended for airfix, and they have like a huge airfix section, so they will most likely have it. Also, I wonder if Tamiya Rattle Can Black would be a good one to go for if I'm just planning on spray painting one of my kits black. The main top coat I use is Tamiya thinned with NLT. Okay. So I'm guessing that as it's a thinned one, you're using that through an airbrush. This is telling me to put the metallic stickers on. I'm going to. I can always take them off later to replace them with the fancy boys. Yeah, you airbrush it, fair. I want to get an airbrush. But, you know, your boy's lazy. So I need metallic 1, metallic 2. One goes on the top runs. Bandai lazy, and I just put the strike manual in the row. So, the strike rouge, it is the P Bandai recolor. So it is literally the Ale Strike just in pink. So it's the same. It is the same manual, because it's the same kit. I assume if this was like a general release and not a P Bandai, that it would have its own manual, and then like that wouldn't be a separate sticker sheet. Cheeky Bandai, yeah. Well, it's like when I built the clear Trans Am Quanti. That was the instructions at hand was the standard Quanti instructions. So it didn't have anything. Normally, where you've got undergated parts, it would mention that they're undergated. And with it being a clear kit, the majority of it was undergated, but none of it was marked as undergated on the instruction manual. Did you look at any of the kits from the expo? / did you order any of the kits from the expo? there. This. They usually put story blurbs in the manuals for the suit, which is why I'd expect it to have its own clear kit to the same as before, usually. Ah, fair. P-Bandai had clear kits, don't usually speak to me. There's a few P-Bandai kits I'd want, like the Zaku Blaze. Fair. Yeah, you know me, I'm a sucker for a clear kit. So I'm eyeing up the clear real grade Sazabi, the clear master grade Sinanju, the clear mechanical one, that gold real grade unicorn, because I'm an idiot and I hate myself. There was a master grade I was looking at as well. It's an Endless Waltz. I can't remember what it was. It was something. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, there was a few kits I wanted. I see IBR paint the clear Sananju. He hand painted the gold on it. Yeah, so I think that's what I want to do. Because I've already got the clear Hainu, which I love. But I kind of want to take that apart and paint the inner frame. Because painting in detail on things is something that I used to do with Warhammer. Like that was kind of like my thing. There was a couple of tanks I built where I did a fully detailed interior paint job, even though then the interior was sealed because I'm an idiot. So I'd kind of like to do that, and I kind of want the Sinanju to do the same, but we'll see. I've put in a request with my go-to supplier for Gundam, and they're going to try and get hold of them for me. But we'll have to wait and see how much that's going to come to before I can actually put the order in. Oh, I've got the 1/100 Full Mechanics Freedom Gundam. Should be arriving, I think, this month. I think it should be like within the next couple of weeks. I'm pretty hyped for that. Thought about getting that but passed because I have a lot of freedoms to do already. Yeah. See, in my eyes, I picked up that one because it was, at the time, cheaper than getting a Freedom 2.0 in the UK. But now the Freedom 2.0 is available in the UK and is cheaper, which is annoying. Right, time to start sorting myself out for the journey back up north. Have a fun stream. Have a fun travel, Hazel. I hope you get there safe. Jay coming in with the cube time. What flavour of cube do you want, man? I got the 2.0 and the resin kit. Fair. Yeah, I also really like the full mechanical kits. I've got a bunch of the IBO ones. Lurking is watching a lecture. Fair. Okay, let me finish this part, and then I will do a cube for you, James. We're off-roading today. There, do it. I want the Strike Freedom resin, but it's like $300. Damn. I have resin kits for all of your IBO. Damn. Okay, that's a lot. Resin kits are intense. The full mechanical kits were like the first set of kits I built. I built this boy. This was my first kit. And you can very much tell it was my first kit by the crazy nub marks all over the place. Also covered in dust right now, which ain't great. And then I built the full mechanical Vidar, then the Grimgerd, then the Barbatos, and then the Bale. And that was like all I built, and then I stopped building for like 2 years. The Rex, Vidar, and Bale resins are based on the metal builds. Okay. The metal builds are like a more... I don't want to say accurate. They're sort of more master grade-y, aren't they? Or more like mini perfect grades. That goes that way up. Okay, let's do a Rubik's Cube. We're gonna do 3x3 because Jay didn't specify. So for anyone who is new here, I don't know if there is anyone new here. Cube time makes me do a Rubik's Cube. Makes me stop whatever I'm doing and just do a Rubik's Cube. For the shits and giggles. Oh damn. Okay. That's intense. That's very intense. I'm not going to do the gold one, Tom, because that takes too long. Okay, it is mixed up. Let's go. I need to make the gold cube like a separate redemption and make it cost more, because it takes so much longer to do. Even the 4x4 I'm like relatively quick with now. There we go. 3x3 solved. Motor Nuclear Dragon Hunter metal builds is what they're based on, I think. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, that was a stunning kit. I don't think I'd ever be able to do that justice. Resin scares me. Like, I dealt with resin enough when I was building Warhammer back in the day that, like, I am so intimidated by resin kits. Just because they're just like, they're so much more complicated to work with. Resin Warhammer were vile. I only got 2 kits and they were so short. Yeah. There was a few... So they weren't actually mine. There was a few resin bits that I built for other people. And part of it, obviously, having to wash it's fine. Like, going through and washing the resin, that's not a problem. Like, I had no problem with that. But it's the... then having to use hot water to heat parts up to straighten them because the resins come out completely warped in a kit that costs so much more than regular Warhammer. Like, I do not understand why the quality control on it was so garbage. I think it's just like jaded me towards resin in its entirety. Like, I don't know how the resin kits for Gundam even are, whether they, for all I know, they might have much better quality control. They might have a lot less issues. But in my mind, resin anything is just like asking for problems. If it isn't a recast and it's from a good studio, it's usually really good. Fair. Yeah, I think that... I think it was just Forge World weren't. Forge World was like the only option for Resin Warhammer stuff. And they knew it, so they could get away with going, oh, before you build your kit, just before you build this several £100 model, make sure you've checked all the parts and straightened any bits that need straightening. I'm like, before you ship this several £100 model, why don't you check that all the parts are straight? Because surely that's like your job. Okay, why isn't that attaching? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you going in? Okay. Attaches off of the arm. Must mean that there's something on the arm. Some recasts can be okay. The main issue is the backside of the part needs work because it's not smooth like the original. Okay. If it gets broken when you try and straighten it, it's your fault rather than them. And by that point, they already have your money. You are such a cynic, but you're probably right. It's like also, there's things like the Forge World Titans that don't come with a head, and you have to buy a head separately. It just baffles me. The whole concept of it baffles me. I really want some full Resin SD kits. You're a madman. D111. I don't. So what in your experience, Cammy, with the resin kits, is the benefit to them that they are the aftermarket kind of special ones, so there's more thought put into the design of them and they're more detailed? Is that like the main benefit of it? I would love an Eldar Titan, but they are so expensive. See, I always wanted a Baneblade back in the day. I also always wanted a Tau Manta. Because Tau Mantas were cool. I didn't play Tau, and I just loved the design of it. Manta's worse, Maxine. I remember one of the first times I ever saw airbrushing work. Oh, I dripped all over my page. No. Yeah, one of the first times I ever saw airbrushing work was a Tau Manta where somebody had airbrushed a galaxy on the top. And it was still one of the most stunning models I've ever seen. So they painted it in like matte black, and then they'd put on top of that like what's the thing? It was like a shimmer paint, like a layer of like essentially clear coat with glitter in, and then they airbrushed like a whole galaxy scene above it, and it looked stunning. Lots of extra details, part reshaping extensions. Okay, so the main benefit of the resin kits is that they're not restricted to Bandai's design aesthetic, and they can be kind of whatever they want. If you're really good at custom work, you don't need to go for resin. Fair. I mean, you could build your own resin kits. You can make your own. Need more DACA. You're right, Jay. You're right. I did have an Orc Stomper. See, I didn't have any of the big bits myself. Like there was a couple of. So I painted up one of the. It wasn't a monolith. I painted a monolith for somebody as well, but there was like a Forge World monolith expansion set thing that I did for somebody else. That was pretty fun. I love Necrons as well. Like, I love the design of Necron. They're just dope. They were so OP in the video games. Yeah, I mean you're right. They're relatively OP in. Oh, they were relatively OP in the game. They've kind of fixed them now. Because it used to be. Essentially, Necrons couldn't die, so you could just carry on. Like there was a way that you could build your army where you could just carry on bringing them back from being dead over and over and over again, and you could never lose. And you could just force victory by always having more things on the board. But they've kind of fixed that with the new rulebook. So they're no longer quite as overpowered as they used to be, and they now have some truly beautiful models. I really want to get back into Warhammer, but I'm scared that I won't be able to paint as well as I used to. B116. I'm more concerned about like obviously with this using the marker you can just rub it off. Like if my hand does a wobble I can just rub it off again. But with the paint it's more complicated. And where I used to hand paint everything rather than airbrush it, it would take a while to kind of build my confidence up, I think. And it's also another very expensive hobby that I don't think I can afford right now. So you can play Warhammer on Tabletop Simulator, I think. Maybe we should play some digital Warhammer games. I think you can. Oh, cock. All I can smell is that bloody glue. I'm gonna have to open more windows in here, I think. Gotta make sure the air is gone by the time my sister comes home later. The air, the smell. Gonna walk the dog, BRB. Enjoy, my guy. Be safe. I know it's still very early for you. I'm pretty sure I've seen people doing streams of them playing Warhammer on TTS. Does that? Big side of like that. Can't check on my phone. I have a computer right in front of me. Let's have a look. Oh, get out of here, Cortana. Nobody wants you. Oh, what a time for Steam to update itself. Tabletop Simulator. Content for this game. There's lots. I get all DLC for £244. I mean, that's a lot. Maybe it wasn't TTS. Maybe it was another tabletop sim type thing. Warhammer 40k tabletop simulator. Yeah, Steam Workshop complete 40k tabletop simulator collection. So it looks like it is that's a good question. There's a whole shitload of maps. White Scars, Perfect Scale. I think the answer is yes to that. I think all of them are on here. Valkyrie Gunship. Death Corp of Krieg, Necrons. Chaos Army. Tissa Battle. It's like a shitload. That's what I'm looking at. There's also a how to play Warhammer 40k on Tabletop Simulator. There's like a bunch of YouTube videos about it. Because I know that one of the guys that I watch on YouTube, Pleasant Kenobi, he's a Magic streamer or a Magic content creator, who's kind of transitioning over to, I don't want to say transitioning over to Warhammer, but he's also playing Warhammer more now, and he's done a whole bunch of videos. Ha 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 ha. Oh man. Good times. That was super weird. My router just stopped, and then it was like, oh, I need to do an update, and it just didn't. Oh well. Let's carry on, shall we? What were we talking about? I was saying, yeah. So I haven't played Warhammer in forever. Yeah, I tried to get onto Twitch on my phone to put something in chat and be like, hey, my internet's died, I'll be back in a minute. But yeah, the internet was out, so I couldn't. That's almost like that's a thing that I should have expected and not something I should have been surprised by. Yes, Warhammer on TTS. So I've not played Warhammer since I was in school. So I'm going to be shockingly bad at it, but I would be totally down to play some games. I'll have to see whether... Oh. Phone's ringing. I'll be back in a second. So that's my mum. Haven't stopped. I haven't stopped for a while and gave all my models to my dad. Yeah. I think it would be fun. Because it's one of those things that, like, when I was into it, pretty much all I was into doing was the painting and the making of the models. And the game was always kind of just there and not something that I was too kind of fussed by. But I think that I'd really enjoy it because I like strategy type stuff. I mean, did the battles, it was super fun, yeah. So I think it would be good. So that was my mum. I phoned her because she lives next door. I phoned her to see if her internet had gone as well, and it didn't. And she's apparently just had a look on the website for my internet service provider, and there was a big spike of connection issues. So I don't know. It might go again. If it goes again, I'm just going to stop for the day. Because there's no point in trying to fight it if it's going to just be dead. But we shall see. I was planning on streaming till about 12:30. So another 2.5 hours, 2 hours 20. I've already done, what, an hour and a bit. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I made it the battles super fun, even though I didn't win much, but when I did, it kicked ass, yeah. So I bought the... I had the Battle for Macragge starter set. So the Tyranids and Space Marines. And I was always trying to persuade my siblings to play with me, but they never would. So they weren't interested. I'd already like assembled all of the models and painted them all, and I just wanted to... Yeah, it was on with the crash ship. I just wanted... I have that crash ship upstairs still. It's beautiful. I just wanted to have people to play with, so I ended up playing against myself a lot, which just meant that I was on purpose making subpar decisions for the Tyranids so that the Space Marines would always win. Me and Chris started with that, yeah. I had that, then I had the Mines of Moria Lord of the Rings set, because I was super into Lord of the Rings. Obviously. And again, I just used to recreate the movie scenes and the scenes from the books with it, and that was pretty much why I never really played any proper games with that. I only ever really played when I was at the Warhammer Club at my school, which I was somehow ended up in charge of. Then I bought more recently, I say more recently, it was when I was in college, I bought the Battle for Blackreach set with the Space Marines and the Orcs. And then bought a whole bunch of Orc bits to go with it. And then never finished assembling any of it. So I've got that kind of half built upstairs. I really do miss it. Ah. I don't think we did any other starters. I got lots of kits, then I stopped. I probably had about 5k worth of Eldar and a couple of k worth of Tau. Fair. I think I've got... I had like a go-to 2000 point Space Marine force, but I reckon I probably had closer to 10k's worth of Space Marines, because I went ham on the tanks and the bikes, and I have so many Marines. But it was me and my mate Adam. Every now and again, like, we'd attempt to play. Neither of us like fully understood the rules. I don't think anybody fully understands the rules. But he played Chaos Space Marines, and he had a really solid force of Chaos Space Marines. Large amount of Chaos motorbikes and tanks. I converted the Land Raider for him. Converted and painted a Land Raider for him. So he had it was a Land Raider. I think it was a Crusader that I painted up as a Chaos one for him. And he had Abaddon, and he had all of the Chaos Terminators and stuff. It was a nice force. The rules are complicated. I know what I need to know for how to play Eldar, and enough to know Space Marines in case Chris tried to screw me. Fair. I feel like I'm about to have a nosebleed, which wouldn't be hugely ideal. Does that? Does that? I remember some of the older rules from when I played like 10 plus years ago. Yeah, it was like 12 years ago was the last time I played. Hey. I'm going to very quickly blow my nose because I think I'm about to have a nosebleed and I want to catch it before it happens. So I'll be back in like a second. Why the fuck's that sub goal so big suddenly? And why is my chat not on the screen? Okay. I mean, I guess it is now. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, I am back. There's loads of 40k collections on the TTS workshop. Yeah. I think it's something that I want to look into. I also keep leaking liquid all over my desk. Because yeah, I'd love to play. I think it'd be great fun. Where are we? C21. Break over, back to lecture. Keep me in mind for Warhammer. I will do, dude. Enjoy the rest of your lecture, guy. Guy? My guy. Fucking hell. I'm losing the plot. So we need C21. Is this one? Didn't drop it. I really didn't drop it. And that goes in. Goes in there. But then I need the hand to wedge it in. Okay, why is lasagna not worked? Oh, Twitch. Something's gone horrifically wrong with everything. Let's refresh trigger fire. God. Anyway, welcome back, Cammy. Everything went wrong whilst you were gone. My internet crashed. My internet just died. So I had to kill the stream and restart it again. Hence why we're now on 15 minutes rather than an hour and a half. But because that died, I think everything else has died. I'm not sure if Is Capamon still working? Oh, Capamon's still working. Okay. Well, I don't know if my channel point redemptions are functioning as they should. If they're not, I can just trigger them from my end manually. Oh, I dropped a hand.
Are you sure about that?
Ah, okay, so it is working. Get out of here, Jay. And somebody just posted something through my door. Probably junk mail. I'll look at it later. I feel like it didn't take my points. Eh. If it didn't, then you can just have some free points. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, I missed the... This isn't the hand I'm even going to be using on the kit. This is just the default hand that it tells me to do. D19. I'll swap the hand out towards the end, I think. D19. I keep saying I need to add a... There's like a whole bunch of other sound alerts and videos that I want to add on for channel points, but trying to find, like, up until now I haven't had the time to find pre-green screened versions of them. But now I have a week off. I might actually get around to hunting through the internet to find them. Because as much as I love having... I mean, I love this one. I love having Mark, where I can just make Mark talk to me.
Ever. In the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
But like, I want other ones. I want ones where you could, like, I want you to be able to chastise me more. Because I feel like having something for you guys to be able to bully me with is more fun than just random things. I've got to figure out my shit. I'll come up with ideas, but then forget about them. Yeah. It's also like, because I want to put there's some audio clips I want to put in as well. Because obviously I've got my sound alerts panel, so people can. There's like a whole bunch of sort of generic sounds that people can play. There's other ones that I want to put on there, but finding clean audio rips of them where I can download them legally is difficult. And then also I've got to worry about the whole copyright DMCA stuff. Like, I don't want to get DMCA striked for a dumb sound alert that I've got on there. That goes on like that. And that way around. Goes on like. Okay, that is hand, and then we need G6. I also need to go through and work out how to correct audio levels for some things. So I've got like my my hydrate command has a sound alert now, but it's too quiet for you guys to hear. And I don't know how to fix that without making everything else absurdly loud. Like, the only way I can increase the volume on that is to increase the volume on all of the alerts. But then I already have like the sub alert and the raid alert they're already quite loud. Albeit the hydrate one gets used a hell of a lot more. I don't even know if you guys can hear that or not. Thank you for the hydrate, Tom. It's the Good Soup audio from TikTok, because I've got onto Good Soup TikTok and it's a problem that it's now stuck in my head forever. I suppose I could load the file into Audacity, and if you have it from Triggerfire, you control the volume. Yeah, so it's on. I've already got my Raider and wait, no, the Raiden bits are through Streamlabs. I've already got them turned down. I've got the Triggerfire alert for the hydrate command turned up to 100%. And it appears to make zero difference. Oh, that's quite a nifty way of doing the shoulder. Okay, I like that. It's that last little bit that goes over the top. Just kind of clips on. It's like a little cage. I like that. That's smart. And then that whole unit goes on over the top like that. We have an arm. Hell yeah. Just a quiet audio file probably needs to find a loud one. Yeah, so I could load it up into Audacity and tinker with it. I think that's probably what I'm going to have to do. Okay, let's vacuum up these bits and get stickers done for this arm, and then we'll move on to the other arm. That's the one thing I like more on Streamlabs OBS as opposed to this OBS is on Streamlabs you had the ability to manually change volumes of things in Streamlabs. So like at the moment with OBS, it breaks down to desktop audio and mic audio. Whereas on Streamlabs, you could break it down even more into individual programs on the desktop, and you could change the volume of them manually. So like I could have Spotify as a separate line, and then turn my alert box specifically up into more, and then I could have Triggerfire be louder. It was a lot easier, but OBS is better for literally everything else. So okay, so I need sticker. One that says MBF02. Oh, that one. Okay. Download a virtual mixer then. Yeah, but that's effort, and I'm lazy. Yeah, I probably will at some point. I think it was just it was very convenient that Streamlabs OBS had it kind of built in. Obviously, OBS itself is a bit more bare bones, but because of that, it's like a lot. Because it's more bare bones, it's a lot less strenuous on the computer, and it's a lot easier to use. What I want to get eventually, I want to get like a I want to get a Go XLR Mini, because then I can set that up as the audio software, have everything set on there so that I can change the audio levels on the fly with that. I've had zero issues with slobs, so I don't know what problems people have. My old computer, it used to absolutely tank the CPU. I moved over to OBS on my old computer because my old computer wasn't good enough to run Streamlabs. Like it would be using 98% of the CPU. I'd get like 50% frame drops just because it couldn't handle it. But because I moved over to OBS, everything I had was set up in OBS. And then I got my new computer, and everything was already set up in OBS, so I never moved back over to slobs. Morning, buddy. Doing a lurk while in a session, but maybe about in a bit. Welcome in, Bruce. Enjoy your lurk. I hope your session goes well. Sticker number 16. Verizon 2600 only uses like 20. Yeah. So I had an Intel. It was an i3, but it was like 5 years old, and it couldn't handle it. I've now got a Ryzen 5 5600X. So my new computer is definitely big boy enough to run slobs. And the fact that I've got a good GPU now, so I can have it. I think before as well, where I was running like a subpar setup, I was having to do the encoding. I was doing digital encoding rather than GPU encoding. A lot of people with shit computers, and it always makes me wonder. Yeah, mine was. It was just the computer that I'd had for years. It's hard to just have 2K to get upgraded, yeah. So mine, I spent a good chunk of money upgrading it. Probably just slightly over 2K. Which in American money is going to be even more, because it was about £2,000 that I spent on it. So probably about somewhere between $2,800 and $3,000. But this rig is going to last me a very, very, very long time. And I only had that kind of money. Well, I didn't have that kind of money. My friend very kindly lent me the money to buy the graphics card, and then I paid him back over the course of several months. And the rest of it was my kind of treat myself money out of my insurance. I got an insurance payout from my bike accident. And I've got most of it sat in a savings account, but I'd always kind of told myself that I'd have a couple of thousand to treat myself like on a holiday or something. And that this was more important than a holiday to me. It felt like it was more useful thing to spend the money on. I spent 6 months buying up parts to be able to afford this one. I have 720 to 950 1660 Ti. So I went from a 1050 to a 3070. My old rig was an i3 processor and a 1060. No, 1050. Not 1060. With a 500 gig internal hard drive. And then this one is a Ryzen 5 5600X RTX 3070. I've got a 560 gig M.2 drive, and then I've got 5 terabytes worth of hard drives in there as well. So like the jump was like, that was a pre-built, the one I had before was a pre-built gaming PC that was about 5 years old. This is a custom built. Actually, it's not top of the line. I've done it. I've done the PC. What's it called? The benchmark. I've done the benchmarking through the PC Specs website, and it's labeling it as a UFO across the board because everything is good, but it's not. It's by no means top of the line. I mean, top of the line would be dual 3090s, which it baffles me that anybody would be able to afford that. Need another 32. PC is almost an everyday use item. The investment is always worth it. Yeah. I went from a 950M to a 3060 Ti as I went from a laptop to a desktop. Oof. I'm not a fan of laptops for the cost reasons. I travel a lot for work, so it makes it, yeah. Yeah, that your jump in computing power, Jay, is a lot. I've also seen your rig, and your rig is very nice. There's cards that cost more than the two 3090s combined that are meant for workstation PCs. Yeah, but like, I was watching there's someone I watch on YouTube who does computer building and computer cleaning and like repair videos and stuff, and he was doing a collaboration with somebody who was building a PC, and he had dual 3090s, full custom water cooling system, and I was like, that's so much money. That is. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna play Minecraft on this shit, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, enjoy, bro. That's like the best Minecraft experience that you could probably have. It's just insane. Let's put you onto that camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. Minecraft with RTX though. See, here's the thing, Cammy. I own the Java edition of Minecraft. I missed the window to get the Windows version of Minecraft for free. I am not buying Minecraft again. I cannot get Minecraft with RTX. Java edition does not support ray tracing. And I hate it. I bought Minecraft when it was in alpha. So I bought Minecraft when it was £3.99. So I've had Minecraft like as long as you can physically own, pretty much as long as you can physically own Minecraft. But I missed, there was a few month period where if you had Java edition you could migrate it over to a Windows edition without having to pay for the game again. And I missed that window, and I emailed them being like, hey, I didn't see this thing saying that I could migrate over to Windows. Is there any chance that I know it's out of the period now, but is there any chance that I can still do that? And I never got any response. Minecraft Edition is too confusing for me now. It's like, which do I buy / play to join my friends? Yeah. I really want to get the Windows Edition, but it's like, I can't remember how much it costs, but it's, considering I don't play Minecraft very often, I don't think it's worth me paying for again. Let's go to store. Minecraft, £25. And I really don't think it's worth paying that much money for me at least. Especially, like I say, considering I have the game already. I've already bought the game once. I don't think it's worth it for me to buy it again. And especially as, I mean, it's perfectly playable. Make stream, pay for it. Anyway. I mean, people have been super generous with subs this month, so I could use some of my sub money for that. But I was planning on using this month's sub money to buy the Shinmusha, if my local store can, well, if my favourite internet store can get hold of it for me. The support for Mojang is crap. I have 2 accounts. One I can't get into, one of them because it is a Mojang one, not a Microsoft one, and they won't sort it out. Got another because I don't have an order number, as it was given to me as a gift. Damn. Yeah, Mojang's, their support is kind of garbo. Sticker number 35. But like I say, I bought the game when it was in first release alpha. And I'm one of, obviously I'm not a special little snowflake. I know that there are so many people who bought it at the same time, but equally you think that they would actively attempt to support the people that have supported them since the very beginning. Oh, that was the wrong sticker that I just put on. Shit. Okay. I remember the day that it went into beta, and I was like, "Ah, sick! They've added so much." I remember when they added pistons and like when they added redstone things. Because when I first got it, there was like redstone existed in the game, but there wasn't anything that you could really do with it other than, I mean, I think the only thing that redstone was used for was the powered rails. And for blowing up TNT from distance. I was also playing when they nerfed fire. Fire spread used to just decimate worlds. And I remember those days. Like I remember accidentally setting fire to a forest and having to just delete the world and start again because fire was actually like a genuine threat and wasn't the slow moving thing it is in the game now. I'm kind of glad that they fixed that in a way. I wish there was an option to turn the old school fire spread back on. I wish like in hardcore mode fire spread was as insane as it used to be. Hey Nick, how you doing? Hope you're keeping well. 19. And 2. Then on the side of the arm, wake up early and set up my backup phone in case my main messes up. Fair. Well, we've already had some fun tech problems during the stream today. I've lost my phone. Oh, it's there. My entire internet just died earlier. So, I've actually been streaming since about 9 o'clock, so like an hour longer than it says. Just, my entire... The entire internet just hates me, apparently. Come on. Come on. Separate. Separate. Damn stickers are annoying me. They keep on there. And let's put you on. Where do you go? You go just there. Probably just your internet service provider hating Twitch. I mean, quite possibly. I do pay for one of their more deluxe packages so that I've got a better upload speed. So I get 50 meg up as opposed to the 5 that I used to get. But sometimes it just crashes, which is a delight. Because we need to do these on both sides. That's doable. But I think this was like my router. The internet didn't die. My router turned itself off. Which I've never seen it do that before. Like it just out of nowhere, the router turned itself off and then started doing an update. So my only guess is that Virgin decided that they needed to put out they needed to push a firmware update out to all the routers, and they decided that 10 AM was a good time to do it. That's a pretty nice upload speed. Yeah, so I get 350 down, 50 up. Fairly stably, which I'm bloody happy with. I pay enough for it, but it's yeah, there is gigabit internet coming to where I am soon, but I don't know if it's going to be available from the service provider that I'm with. And I don't know if that was the wrong sticker. I also don't know how much it's going to cost, so I don't know whether I'll go for it. I don't know if the cost is worth the additional benefit. Okay, I don't know where that sticker went. I don't want to move too much in case it's on me. But it is no longer on the sheet. And it's not on my knife. Oh, Lord. Why are you doing this? There. Just double check it's not on my hand anywhere. No. Okay. Oh, there you are. There you are, you little bastards. Okay. Don't know how it ended up all the way over there. Good times. Nice. And then I need a number 2 would be the other side, so I need number 1. Goes in about there. Okay, then back to the other side. So we have number 7. Goes about right? About there. Yeah, that'll do. Then we have a number 5. Goes about there. Then a number 2. About there. That's it. So we have the right arm fully done. Wait. Probably actually break the joints first before we put it up. There we go. He's got an arm. Spicy. I really like how subtle the because all these all of these bits that look white are actually pink. But it's like a really subtle pink. I really like that. Strike rouge indeed. I'm loving this kit so far. I need to work out where I'm gonna put it when it's all done. It's got the strike pack on the back's quite large. I don't know where it's gonna fit in the real grade shelves, but we'll see. So now we start on arm number 2. Let's put the orb away. That away. And that away. Okay, so we need G runner with D2. My hope, so I'm going to stream probably for another hour, maybe hour and a half. My hope is that I can get the other arm finished in that time as well. If I can get both arms done today, that means that tomorrow we can work on the head and then start on the weapons and the strike pack. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. BST. I'm going to be doing a co-stream with my friend Joe. If you guys don't know Joe, he is a much more talented Gundam builder than me. He does like kit bashing. So whereas I just build stuff straight out of the box and just shove stickers on it and call it done, he takes things in boxes and then makes them into completely different kits. And they are superb. So that's going to be a fun time. It's going to be nice to get to chill with Joe again. I might do another stream at the same time as I am today, tomorrow morning as well. But we'll have to wait and see about that, because I don't actually know for definite. What time BST again? 7 p.m. It's currently 11 a.m. BST, so like 8 hours from now. Stream Streak, Neon, how you doing? Welcome on in. Anyone who doesn't know Neon, which again I think most of you probably do, Neon is top bloke, does excellent Gundam streams. He full of chill vibes and just some bullying now and again, but mostly chill vibes. How you doing, man? I hope you are keeping well. Wait, it is, I want to say 5 a.m. for you, Neon, right now? Some bullying. Yeah, only some. Only a little bit. I would say the bullying is a small portion of the time of your streams. I think Neon is West Coast. I think Neon's he's either 6 or 7 hours behind me. So it is either 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock right now. It's 3, so you're 8 hours behind me. Oh, okay. Fair. Do you know what? Time zones. Time is made up. Time doesn't exist. I refuse to acknowledge the existence of time. So, suck on that. Time wizards. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Slowly losing the plot. Time is relative. I wish time didn't exist. You're gonna start hurting my head with time. Yeah. Time is silly. Like, why do clocks change? Why do we all just decide that clocks should change an hour? And why isn't it universal across the world? Why do America change their clocks like a week after England changed their clocks, and then Australia changed theirs in the opposite direction 2 weeks before? It's dumb. It's very dumb. I'm not a fan. We should bin it all off. Because daylight, except like most places have good street lights, and most places have the ability to emulate light inside buildings. So we don't need to change the clocks so that there's more daylight time to get work done, because we can just work under normal light. For farmers, why should farmers dictate how the rest of us live our lives? Why should we all change our circadian rhythms to match what farmers want to do? Because they feed me. I mean, you're right. But still. I do like food. I just think that that daylight savings is stupid. And I think that it's old and it should be gone. It's a holdover from old times that isn't necessary anymore, and it should go away. Also, we should just get rid of time zones. Thank you for the hydrate, Nick. Hey, Neon, earlier on we were talking about it's like a universal time. Yes, let's just call it the same time all over the place, because that is less confusing. We were talking earlier about the Molotov chrome markers. Was it you that recommended them to me a while ago? I can't remember if it was you or Joe. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm thinking about picking some up, finally. And I found them at a relatively reasonable price. Probably both of us, they're great fare. Like Army Time, but global. I mean, Army Time is just another way of saying what the time is, isn't it? Army Time is just a 24-hour clock rather than a AM PM system. I think UTC is that thing. So UTC is GMT. So I am currently in UTC +1, but I'm not calling what I am in now 10 o'clock. I'm calling it 11 o'clock, even though it's 10 o'clock UTC. So if we were all doing UTC, it would be 10 a.m. for everybody right now. But that would screw over like the Australians and people that live in the complete opposite, because it would be 10 in the morning at 10 at night, which is just time shouldn't exist. What I'm saying is that we should just abolish time. But you'd use it as the guide as like 0900 is that time everywhere, but it's light on one side and dark. Yeah, that would be like, it would be good. I'm just fed up with like trying to organizing to be able to like talk to my friends in other countries and being like, oh, we can meet at like 7 p.m. BST. I think that's this time for you, and they'll be like, no, it's this time, and I'll be like, no, I'm pretty sure it's this time, because nobody knows. It's silly. It's big dum dum. EST is 3 hours ahead of PST. That's Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time? Because, like, Germany is an hour ahead of where I am. I'm pretty sure there are bits of France that are an hour ahead of where I am. But they're almost on the same latitude? Do I mean latitude or I mean longitude? I don't know. But equally, there are apparently multiple different accepted time zones within the UK. As in, like, they are different by minutes, but apparently that's acceptable, which is dumb to me. Think about a ball rotating with one light source, so time is based on that movement. But what? Yeah, but also time is dumb. Time's silly. Why does time have to exist? If time didn't exist, life would be so much easier. If time didn't exist, you could eat any food for any meal and not get judged. Time is just a conspiracy. I agree. I 100% agree. Just like Australia doesn't exist. Australia's fake. It's just actors. If you've ever been to Australia, you haven't. You just flew around in circles for a bit, and then they took you back down where you were, and it's all paid actors. I should probably clarify that I am joking. I'm not one of those weird flat Earth weird people. It baffles me that they genuinely think that that's real. Asians eat rice for breakfast. Well, that's a very broad generalization. Right, rice do be good though. I agree, Nick. But I'm talking like you could have a milkshake for breakfast if you really wanted. It's food. It's acceptable somewhere. Like the other day, I had an Easter egg for breakfast, even though it's nowhere near Easter. They had them discounted in my local shop because they go out of date soon, so I bought some and then I had that for breakfast. Yeah, have a milkshake, who cares? Besides your mum, I don't think my mum would even care at this point. I've eaten weirder things for breakfast. I went and met my friends. This was like a long time. This was pre-pandemic. A couple of my friends came down to the city that I live in. I think it was for a gig. I think they'd come down from like the very north end of England. So I live like on the south coast of England. Not quite as far south as you can go, but still on the coast. And so my friends came down from the north of England for a gig, and they were staying at a B&B in the town that I live in. And I met them for breakfast one morning, like the morning that they were going home. And we all went down to have breakfast. So they were all ordering like full Englishes. Which if you haven't seen or had a full English, you are missing out. It is the most glorious meal that you will ever see. But I sat down and I noticed that the menu, it was just their full menu that was available. So I ordered a 12-ounce rump steak for breakfast. That was the best breakfast I've ever had. Just having a 12-ounce steak. Oh man, so good. It was I could get used to doing that. I could get used to having steak for breakfast. It was also probably the most expensive breakfast I've ever had. But steak for breakfast is good. It is. Steak and eggs, yeah. So, I am curious, because I know that obviously in the UK, we have a lot of like American diners, and you can get like American breakfasts and stuff. Are there places in America that sell full English breakfast? Is there like an English restaurant place that exists that will sell. What comes on that full English breakfast? I want to know if it is like a proper up to standard full English breakfast or if it's like subpar Americanized. Not where I live in the southeast. There. Because a full English, it is, to me, it is a very specific combination of things. Depends where you go, but it's got the beans, black pudding and stuff. Hell yeah. You can't have a full English without black pudding. I'm going to judge right now. Go on, Graham. Full Scottish is better? You fuck off, Jamie. So, you start off with your toast. And then you have your eggs. Usually 2 eggs. Oh, Jamie's going to punish me now. With a gold cube, probably. Because he's a meanie bum. I'll do it in a minute. I'll do the cube in a minute, Jay. Which one do you want? Which cube do you want? Sunny side up, yeah. Sunny side up or over easy, depending on what mood I'm in / how much I had to drink the night before. Then you've got your sausages. You got to have sort of like 3 good sized sausages. As much bacon as you can fit on the plate. And I'm talking proper English bacon, so back bacon, not the fried crispy American nonsense, because that's not bacon. That's just foul. Then you got your beans. That I don't get beans myself, but I accept that beans are a standard part of a full English breakfast. I don't like beans, so I don't get them. Sometimes I replace them with spaghetti hoops because I am a monster. Hash browns. That's like a more recent addition to the full English lineup, but still an important part. Black pudding. Lots of. Because I ain't no coward. And then you get your fried large mushrooms. So you're not talking like little tiny button mushrooms. I'm talking like the big chunky boy mushrooms fried. And then fried half tomatoes. So good. I'm from Canada. I can't stand the pea meal bacon, the cornmeal. Yeah, I'm not a fan of American bacon. It disgusts me. Okay. Did I miss anything, Tom? And the toast has to be buttered as well. You gotta have butter on that toast. Slap a good chunk of butter on there. I would agree with all that. I would be tempted with tomatoes, but you know, yeah. See the half tomatoes. How about fried toast? Oh, fried bread, eggy bread, eggy bread, eggy bread. Fucking eggy bread. I want it now in my life. Yeah, fried toast. I would say either fried toast or regular toast, not both. See, I prefer regular toast to fried toast, but if you're getting eggy bread, like egg fried toast, then I'm in. Okay, that is thoroughly mixed up. Ooh. I'll see if we can do this as well as we did last time. Because last time, I actually succeeded relatively well in... I want to put that one over there, and that one up there, and then that one up there, and then that one up there. No matter how hungover I am, sometimes I need the extra badness. That's entirely fair. See, that's the thing. I also don't get hangovers, so like I don't have to worry about that so much. I need to work out which side I'm going for. So that one needs to go there. Spicy. That one needs to go. Oh wait. That one needs to go there. And then we want to get that one in there. And then we want to get that one in there. Then we want to get that one in there. So I'll pay attention to chat again in a second. I'm doing a big concentrate. So I want to be able to do this actually relatively quickly. I did a really good one the other day, off stream, because I was just sitting here doing Rubik's Cubes, as you do. And I managed to do one like probably the fastest I've ever managed to do a 4x4. It's nowhere near like competition speed. It's nowhere near even beginner competition speed. Like I'm not anywhere close to being good enough for that kind of thing. But for me, I was very pleased. Oh shit. Oh shit. I fucked up. I done goofed. Lads, I goofed it. I done goofed it hard. Okay. Let's fix that. Cock. Okay. I have fixed my mistake. I think when I lubricated this cube last, I over lubricated the center. Because now, like, trying to do center slices, I'm accidentally slicing both rather than just the one. And that just screwed me up. So this is no longer going to be fast. This is no longer going to be a good cube tone. I think the difference, Cammy, is that when you fry the toast, you're frying it in oil, so you're adding liquid to it. Whereas when you're toasting it in a toaster or on a grill, you're not adding anything to it, so it's dried. It's dry fried. It's like the difference between cooking chips in the oven without any oil or frying them. Like there's a distinct difference in the flavors and the way it tastes, because like one of them dries it out more, one of them adds more fat to it. Aye, I'm dropping everything. Hey, that doesn't count. I think I've got parity, which is... Oh, maybe not. Maybe I don't have parity. Maybe we're good. There you go. All done. That would have been a good time if I hadn't goofed the scent a bit. That's very annoying. Makes sense, but I've worked in the kitchen. They call it toasting using a pan attack, etc. And you can stove the baked tissue by adding fat to the cooking process, aka oils. Yeah. It's... I don't know. Toast and fried bread are... They do taste entirely different. Like fried bread is more... There's definitely more moisture to it, more fat content. Whereas toast is just like... I think the easiest way to describe it is when you have toast, you're essentially just burning the bread. Whereas when you're frying it, you're actually cooking it for a reason. Does that make sense? If you fry it in bacon and sausage fat, oh mate, don't even fry it in bacon fat. If you just have hot bacon fat and dip bread in that shit and eat it, oh, yum yum. We did that on I did my Duke of Edinburgh when I was in school. Such an English concept. But we essentially, like, a group of us went out on a hike to get an award through the school. For people who don't know what DOV is, we had a vegetarian in our group. So for our breakfast on the middle day, we had bacon, sausages, and fried bread. And what we'd obviously cooked the vegetarians' food first because we did it all in one. We only had one pan because we had to carry everything with us that we were using. And carrying an extra set of pans just for one person was not the most sensible choice. So we cooked it all in one pan. We did the vegetarian stuff first. Then afterwards we did the regular bacon and sausages. And then the vegetarian came over and went, oh, give me a bit of bread. We started dipping bread in bacon fat. Like the bacon fat that was already kind of like burning onto the pan. And he was like, yeah, I'm a vegetarian, but I cannot resist this. And I'm like, you're a monster. Give me some. And it was honestly, it was the best. Makes cleaning it easier. It does make cleaning it easier. Okay, I hope this part holds. This is the bit that broke earlier, which we're going to have to use now. And the break is going to be covered up by a sticker, so it shouldn't be noticeable. As long as the bond is strong enough to not re-break when I put it on. You know, I'm going to put it on the arm first and then put the stickers on this time. Flavour gets trapped in the oils, and this is why old pans are awesome. People save and reuse bacon grease. Oh yeah. Oh man, I just love bacon, man. It's so good. Okay, it's holding. Just gonna sand down the top so the glue line's flush. Cool. That worked. Let's get these stickers on because that will then cover up the badness entirely. Then we just have to hope that it carries on holding and doesn't at some point in the future just decide to give up the ghost and break. I'm a huge fan of the sausage patties, though. Things are good. I don't think I've had one. What are you talking about? Like the squares of sausage meat? I've not had them before. I'm very glad that I tried black pudding when I did, and that I started actually liking black pudding, because that's like, black pudding's good. And I used to like avoid it. Anytime it was offered to me, I'd be like, no, I don't like that. Yeah, like on the McDonald's breakfast sandwich. Yeah, so I don't know if I've said this on stream before. I've never been to a McDonald's, and the only food I've ever eaten that came from McDonald's is McNuggets. You buy the patties in bulk at most grocery stores, cook them in a pan. I think I've had similar things to that, but I've never had that exact thing. Okay. Whew. The bit that's broken is done. Hopefully that's the only bit that's going to cause complication for this arm. So we need C27, D12, D2, D212, D2. 12. And C27. What's the time? 11:27. Cool. Yeah, I'm probably going to stop once I've got this arm finished. It might be slightly past 12, which is when I was planning on stopping anyway. But as soon as we got the arm done, I'm going to call that it for today. Gotta have me some lunch, and then I think I might be seeing some friends this afternoon to play some Magic, which would be nice. But we'll have to... I don't know if anything actually got organised, so I'll have to double check. Talking about breakfast is making me really hungry. I don't even know what I've got to have for lunch today. Thank you for the hydrate, Jay. And a posture check and a stretch. God. Oh, I probably needed that. Thank you very much, Jay. That's a pretty cool emote. Panel lining. Okay. And then this bit goes on first. And this bit goes on. Yeah. Nice. I need D2 and D211, C23. C23. You're there. Oh damn. I know how I lubricated these at the start of the stream. There's like a whole bunch of oil or something coming out of them. Let me grab a tissue real quick. I guess it's just the remains of the WD-40 taking out any dirt that's already in there. We've got like a bajillion messages. Let's ignore that. That's better. Clean nippers. C2... No, C23, D211. D211. Where are you? There you are. I think the arms are like one of my favourite things to build on real grades. I think the arms and the legs are the most interesting bits because they're the ones that there's the kind of interesting engineering to get them to bend correctly and to get the like the sliding gimmicks and stuff working properly. Torsos get a bit samey over time. Heads are a pain because they're small. Feet are pretty boring in most cases. I think with the exception of the Sazabi, because I mean, having watched Neon building up over the last few streams, like those feet are thick. They're actually interesting looking and not the same as every other kit. But the arms and the legs are kind of actually genuinely quite interesting, at least in my opinion. Okay, then he's C28, E216. Cool. If that bit does snap off again, at least now it's held in place. Whee! And then E216. E216. I'm completely out of focus. I need to get a camera that can actually autofocus whilst I'm using it as a streaming camera. Because my camera at the moment isn't clever enough for that. I still want to replace this camera. But, you know, cameras do be expensive. That one. Yeah. We had F14, F13. Now I was cutting these parts out last time that my internet died. What do you know about Citadel Air? Is that a product from Citadel, the war game suppliers stuff? I've not heard that exact thing before. I use a lot of Citadel products, like these are Citadel nippers, and the paint I used to use is all Citadel stuff. Citadel for airbrush. So I had one of the Citadel. I actually had one of the airbrushes when I used to paint Warhammer. So it used to just connect to a Citadel compressed air can. But it was hot garbage, and I wasted my money on it. But that was potentially user error. Like, I didn't know what I was doing with it. I probably wasn't thinning the paints properly. And I just put it back in its box and put it under my desk and ignored it for the rest of the time I painted. I tried it approximately once, and that was it. Just paint that's supposed to be pre-thinned. Ah, okay. That's post my time painting. I have heard good things about their pre-thinned paints. I'm friends with one of the people that works in my local Warhammer shop, and I have heard good things about their pre-thinned paints. I've never used them though. The only things I've used from them recently are their standard, like, brush paints, and the, what's it called? Their black spray cans. But that's it. You got a bunch in? Hell yeah! Definitely let me know what they're like, because that's actually like something I can get hold of fairly easily, because like I work like one road over from where my local Games Workshop is. So if I do decide to pick up an airbrush, if they are nice to work with, that could be an option for what I use. From my understanding, they are the same as the hand, just thinned for airbrushing. Yeah. Well, when I say I use the hand painting stuff, they have like 3 different lines. So they have what they call a base layer stuff, which I think is what their airbrushing ones are based on. So they're like a I can't remember if it was a higher or lower pigment density. They have a different pigment density so that they provide a smoother surface, rather than their kind of detailing paints, which is what I'm used to using, which have a higher pigment density, so they're less smooth when they go on, but they have a more specific color. Does that make sense? The airbrush is just the layer line, yeah. So I think that they do layer paints and contrast paints, and the contrast paints are what I'm used to using. Just because the layer paints are ones that they introduced after the time that I was painting regularly. G2. Yeah. So I've not even really used the layer paints. It's more their contrast paints that I've used before. But the Citadel paints in general, I loved Citadel paints when I was using them. I had at one point I had like their full range of colors, which was a little excessive. I'll give you that, but I had drawers and drawers of paints. I still have them, but where I haven't painted in so long, they've all entirely dried up, and I just need to go through and bin them all, but can't bring myself to. Oh man, I'm dropping everything. I need to go down to the Games Workshop at some point because I want to get a new black rattle can so I can finish off my Strike Freedom custom. The Lupercal Green and Night Lord's Blue look sick though. See, I miss their old. I don't know any of the new paint names. Like I knew all of the old names by heart. I knew exactly what color each of those names was. So like that green that's in that picture I used to be called Snot Green, and it was like if I was ever when I used to paint orcs, again back in my Warhammer days, you do a black base coat, a Cajun green, which was like a really really deep green, and then you highlight with forest, goblin, and I think it was called Snot Green. It was like a super bright green, and then you do a final highlight dry brush with Bad Sun's Yellow, which was like a really deep yellow. I used to have like I'd be able like I used to have so much fun painting. I miss it. Do I have any pics of my old models? I do. If you give me a second, I'll pull some of them up. They're definitely nowhere near as good as a lot of people's are, but I was very proud of them. And I had fun with them as well, which was the main goal. This goes on there, and this goes on there. Gonna do some spoon tests today? Hell yeah. And then I need C21 and D29. Okay, this arm is nearly finished. D29. Once I've got this arm finished built, I'll pull up some pictures so we can have a look. And then we'll get the stickers done, and then that'll be the stream. That one, and G6. I'm thinking that the Lupercal Green is going to be the main colour for the FM Calamity. Nice. I'm considering getting into wargaming with Kill Team. Kill Team looks cool. I remember, so me and the people that I used to play Warhammer with tried to get back into Warhammer with Necromunda, which is it's like it's kind of D&D-esque. You have an ongoing campaign using sort of like a squad of sort of 5 or 6 characters. And each of those characters has individual stats, very much like in D&D. But we got as far as like planning it all out. We'd all got our models painted. I'd gone through and made a whole map for it. Like I had full-on cityscape going with the old Warhammer city component things. We got together and we played for about half an hour, ended up just ordering pizza and chatting for the rest of the time that we were together, and then we never got back together again. Because lives got in the way. And then those people all went off to university. I got a full-time job, and that's history. Now we all live in different bits of the country and don't really see each other. I should probably message them. I should probably talk to them. I'm really bad at, like, I'm really bad at talking to people. I'm really bad at actually keeping contact with people. Because, like, I always assume if I'm messaging somebody that I'm bothering them. So I always wait for other people to message me first. I'll have to try that tabletop simulator and see what we can do. That would be great. Seen a 1:144 scale Gunpla tabletop game that looks detailed. Yeah, I have also seen that. It reminds me of just like a physical version of the game that they play in Build Fighters, which is sick because that whole concept is proper cool. Using laser lights to check the line of sight. Yeah, it looks pretty dope. Wasn't that like wasn't that whole thing on Kickstarter recently? Wasn't that something that they were actively trying to get kickstarted? Maybe, who knows? Maybe want to just make a giant table diorama more than anything. Hey, do it. I mean, if you stream that, I would watch. For sure. That's the hand. Then we get that slid in place. Okay, the arm is assembled. So we just need to go through and put stickers on it. Let's see if I can find any of these pictures. File Explorer is not responding. Wow. Be in my backup drive, wouldn't it? Backups. Pictures. I have too many folders on this computer, just full of stuff. No. Not in that folder. Not in that folder. I wonder if I could find my old DeviantArt page. Let's have a look. DeviantArt. I can. Okay, let's go to this one. This one has my window capture properties. Okay. Yeah, like that. That's one of the orcs from the Black Rouge set. That was before I'd like finished it, so I hadn't put the ink wash on the any of the metal parts at this point, and I hadn't put the ink wash through on the blues. But that eye is tiny, and it took so long. What else is there? I was quite proud of these. That was a lot of inking. The white, I didn't thin the white paint enough on the mask, but like the inking that went into the rest of it, I was pretty pleased with that. Oh yeah, this is the tank that I did for my friend. Do I have any pictures of the actual full? Yeah, here we are. So I did like a full interior paint on the engine panel and all of the instrument panels here, and then like that whole thing. Oh, piss off! That whole thing is then sealed in. So this is also the inside. This is the other side. All of that's just glued in. I'll go away. Ignore that. There you go. There's a Logan Grimnar. He was pretty cool. This is a mini that I bought. It was in a bundle that I bought, and it was heavily damaged. It was covered in super glue. Like a whole bunch of the detailing was completely removed with super glue. The axe head was entirely missing. I had to buy a new axe head for it. That was good. Same with this one. Thank you for the Hydrate Innovate. So you can see on the... I was about to point at the screen. On the chest panel of this, there's meant to be like a whole bunch of detailing, but it was just glued off. I was really happy with how that blade came together though. So that's a really deep blue base coat, and then just going into the lighter blues, and then white in the middle, and then that was actually varnished with clear nail varnish. So in reality, it kind of it's glossy. These are some Space Marines that I made to look like Jedi because I'm a loser. There's the finished tank. And that's all you can see of the interior, because that side door opens. That's literally all you can see on the interior of that kit. That was such a dumb move. There's a custom built... Oh, fuck off. A custom built quad bike. The highlighting on this, I really hate this picture, because that highlighting in real life is a lot less visible. You can see that I was like messing around with edge highlighting on here. This picture doesn't look that shoddy in real life. It looks a lot more natural. What else? And this boy that I literally just randomly picked up at a car boot sale, I think, and decided just to play around with it. Should get into painting some go. So all of these were painted before my accident. Since then, obviously, I've fucked up both my hands, and I have no idea how well I'd be able to paint anymore. So I don't know. And then like yeah, these were all painted as well. So I painted that's a really bad picture of it, but that's the 3 evolutions on a phone case. That's a rando tribal thing that I painted on that phone case. And that's the Colosseum that I built. I built a 1-to-1 scale replica of the Colosseum in Minecraft because I'm a fucking loser. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Let's get back to doing some stickers. Yeah, I do want to get back into painting, but my hands are so unsteady now. Like I used to be able to paint, as you can see with that orc, I painted the pupil into the eye of a mini that's like an inch tall. I wouldn't be able to do that anymore, and it would just frustrate me. Because I know that I had the ability at one point in time, and then not having the ability to do it. Gunner is bigger at my help. You're right there. But also, I'd have to reinvest in new brushes and new paints and stuff. And that shit ain't cheap. Let me just very quickly vacuum the desk off, and then we're going to get on with stickers for this arm. Probably not so much brushes unless yours were scuffed. It's more that I don't know where they are. Because I had a full set of Citadel brushes. I just don't know what I did with them. Okay, so we need the orb. Actually, tell a lie. The only brush I know where it is this one, which is my it's my dry brush that I use for removing dust after I've sanded things. It's a lot easier to remove the fine particulate with a brush than it is just to wipe it off with my finger. You need orb, do you? I do need orb. But orb's really useful. So that one lines up with yeah, happy with that. And then the only one from that sheet on here. To start crying, I'm sure Kira or Athram will show up. I'm confused. I feel like you're making anime references that I don't understand. And then sticker number 2. Orb is a nation in Gunners. Ah, okay. Well, I have not watched really any Gundam, so where the Strike Rouge is from. Oh, okay, so it fits. I need to like actually watch more Gundam. I might watch Hathaway. Do I need to have seen anything else? One of the decals should say orb on it. They will say MBF02. None of them say orb that I can see. Yeah, do I need to have seen anything else to watch Hathaway? Will it make sense if I haven't watched any of the other bits? Charles Counterattack that is on Netflix as well. Okay. Number 17. Less bad they didn't give you any of the strike. So this is literally the sticker sheet for the Strike Rouge, and it has MBF02 stickers. 210 sticker with the little line with a pink flower on it. I can't see any orb written on there. The pink flower is for Kagali? Kagali? Kagali. Cagali? Something like that. So I need sticker number 28. That one. I'm going to hazard a guess that 29 goes on the other side as well. And my neighbour's puppy. Sorry if you guys start hearing background dog noise. They've obviously just let the dog into the back garden. Oh, cock and balls. Back of that. 3. Front of it is just those 3. The side of it has a number 29. That one there. I always find it's a lot quicker doing the stickers on the second arm. I kind of already know where they're meant to go or what it's meant to look like. Essentially, I know what I'm trying to match symmetry-wise with the other side. Okay. Then, front of the actual arm, I have a sticker number 33. There. Goes kind of there. No. Kind of there. The MG decals. Okay, let's have a look. The cross thing with orb in middle and the lion. Cross thing with orb in. Oh, yeah. There's none of them on here. Yeah, there's none of them. Nothing that shape on this decal sheet. Weird. Uh 33, and then I need 5, 32. 32 first. Makes me sad it's just a recolor basically, yeah. I mean, it did come with its own separate decals, but I mean, the only, again, I'm pretty sure I've said this when you were around before, like, I buy kits that I think look cool rather than ones that from specific things. So like, a lot of the time I won't use the decals, the correct shoulder decals for the coloration of kits, because I just think the other ones look cooler. I still really want a master grade tri-burning Gundam. Imagine a master grade extreme tri-burning with LED lights to light up all the fire effects. I think that would be fucking sick. Or even a perfect grade tri-burning. Metal stickers are on. That one's on. That one's on. Okay. Back of the arm. We have sticker 34. It's this chunky boy. Goes. I once again, I have no idea where that went. Oh, it's there. And a 35. I've noticed that Bandit does a lot more high grade kits than others. Seems like they're slowly redoing MG line. Okay. Double O base suits are done, so next series should be Age or OBO. It feels very much like, obviously, I think that high grades are the ones that are probably the cheapest to produce. So high grades tend to be the ones that they do every kit. Like everything gets a high grade, but then they just redo the same. Like, as much as I love the Unicorn and I love the Wing Gundam, we don't need any more kits of those for a while. I'd love to see them do more exciting and interesting master grade kits. Like I say, something like the Tri Burning would look incredible as a master grade, but I think where it's more niche that they probably won't do it. The last 5 years or so basically has pushed HG kits, also all the build, yeah. I would just love to see a big Tri Burning. Then again, there's also all the HG kits coming out, which are they're high grade in name, but they're actually just because they're 1:1 for 4 scale, but they're actually more like master grade detailing. Like the Neo Zeon, that's a high grade, but I would say that's more. It would be more accurate to call it a master grade because it's the sheer level of detail on it is much more similar to what you'd get in a master grade. Just they wouldn't be able to do a 1:100 scale version of it because they're cowards. The fuck did that go? I saw it fly off, but I didn't see where it landed. And it went in this direction. So let's do the other sticker first, and then we'll go back and find that one. Didn't land on there. No. Didn't land on orb. That's good. Didn't land on. Also good. We're narrowing it down. Not on my hand. It definitely went in this direction, so it could be. Not on the nippers. Wonderful. Not on the marker. Good. Not on the file. Lecture is done, so going to jump away for a shower and get some food. We'll be back in a bit. I'm going to be heading off in a minute, Jay, because we've pretty much finished this arm now, and I want to get some food. So thank you for hanging out. I know you were lurking the entire time, and I appreciate you being here. Enjoy your food, and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, I think it might have actually landed on the kit somewhere, which will be very frustrating. Not on the mouse. Did it go the key? No. So it must have landed on the kit somewhere. Oh, that's annoying. So I've got to try and work out which sticker doesn't belong. It is on the inside of the arm, so it's not going to be hugely noticeable if it's not there. But I'll know it's not there, if that makes sense. And I'll hate that it's not there. No. That's weird. I think we're gonna have to call that sticker disappeared. I think that sticker's entered the ether. Which is frustrating, but like I say, it's on the inside of the arm, so it is probably the least noticeable sticker to be missing. Definitely didn't land on the book. I saw it go off in this direction. I feel like it's on the sheet. Or yeah, like I saw it go, and it definitely went off in this direction. I'd be able to see if it was on the book. I'd be able to see it in the light. Yeah, it's definitely not on there. It's definitely not on orb. Yeah, it's not there either. Oh well. It's ethered itself. These things happen. It's frustrating when it does, but equally, I suppose it doesn't happen more. Let's get you on there. Ah! Okay, well. Real grades are really stable. They never fall apart. Nothing ever goes wrong with them. All good. We're fine. It's fine. It's so fine. Let's get this boy plugged back into his base. There we go. Totally meant to do that. I was just testing the durability of the shoulders. I was seeing how poseable they were. Obviously, meant to drop that as well. But we are now at a point where we've got that. Isn't it sexy? Isn't it a sexy little Gundam? Let's focus. about there. I like that. I still have no idea where I'm going to put it. Oh, David. Coming in with the end of stream health check. Thank you very much. Let me just cheers to you. You see the video I made for Unified Hobbyist? I don't think I did. Feel free to drop me a link. I'll have a watch of it in a second. Oh, nice stretch. Let's get all my stuff packed away. And then we'll see if there's anybody online that we can raid. Because it is that time of day. And by that time of day, I mean it's hungry o'clock, and I am wanting to go and eat something. So. Oh, I'm very pleased with how this is coming together. I'm not looking forward to the backpack, just because I know that that's where it's going to cause balance issues, and their balance issues aren't always fun. Why are you getting into a Detolf? Let me give me a second. I need to get my mouse pad. Let me put the boy away. And let me get me mouse pad out. Let's stop that. And can we window capture? Can I full screen this? Ah!
Oh snap!
That's real loud. How do I turn it down? Let's do that. There we go. Let's volume mixer. Turn the volume down a little bit. Why are you in a Detolf? That's a big mood.
Oh snap! Look at that!
That's a big mood. The kit just falling apart. Oh. Hell yeah, that looked cool. I want the Detolf so bad. Like that's what I want to get to replace the bookcase that's beside me. But then I have no idea where, because this bookcase is the right height for this camera, and I don't know where I'd put that camera to replace it. Let's see who is currently online. Have we got anybody currently building any Gundam? Let's put that back on for a bit again. There's a couple of Gundam builders on that aren't English as primary language, which I'd rather go to someone that we can actually interact with. Even if I am just going to raid and bail because I need to go and eat food. What are you building? It's funny too because we were like, it's going to explode when he tried to put it together because he was complaining how tight it was all stream. Damn. We got somebody streaming in Finnish. Oh, this is Prick building an RG Stroke Rouge. Who don't watch that? Somebody in Korean as well. What are you building? Other than an advert. I think this might be an option. I don't know this person. They're building a kit of some sort. I can't quite tell what it is. It looks like one of the... Maybe it's a Mazin Kaiser? I'm not sure. They've got 5 people watching at the moment, so let's go and chuck them a raid. And show them some community spirit, shall we? They've been going for 5.5 hours, so a lot longer than me anyway. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for keeping me company this morning. Sorry about the internet issues earlier. It was apparently just not my day. I will be back tomorrow night at 7 PM BST with the wonderful Joe, Joe Inferno. We're going to be doing a little co-stream. I might be back tomorrow at a similar time to this as well. We'll see. Depends how if I wake up. But in the meantime, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate y'all being here. And I will catch you next time.
Show us the kid? Wait, what kid you talking about? Oh my goodness. Hyper serious lad. Thank you for the raid. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Everything is just falling apart. Alright, give me a second. I'll be right with you. Get my food on you.